have to chime in on this discussion regarding the new black because I'll say it straight out. The new black is not new, it's old. And I'll cut to the chase. I may not look like it, but I am proudly 52 years old. I am Zenny 62 because I was born August 4th, 1962. And I've seen a lot of change over that span of time. But there is one constant that has remained active during my lifetime, and that is there's always someone younger in black who thinks that they are the super inward, the person that will be the acceptable black person to whites, the person that doesn't make a white person feel nervous or anxious about perceived racism or any kind of privilege they may have. You get the idea. This type of person has existed in one form or another in my life for on a number of occasions, really starting in the late 70s. And if you think about it, it makes sense because the 70s were the time when African Americans, thanks to manufacturing jobs, really were able to make great wages and provide for a family of four if they could get a job in a steel mill or some other type of associated activity, or if you had a great education, you could get a service job. And even though there were a handful of us working in high-level executive service jobs, there was change. Or if you were able to take advantage of new loan programs, you could start your own business. But that was the renaissance for African Americans. And so it's within that context that the person who was born during that time in the 70s, who grew up in the 80s, emerged in the 80s and the 90s, were part of this generation that thought, hey, you know what? I am different from all other blacks past me. But they're not. Why? Because no matter what they say, no matter what they do, as long as they start from the position of defining themselves vis-a-vis someone white, they're not the new black. Take what Pharrell Williams said. Well, the new black doesn't, how did he put it? It's not a pigmentation, it's a mentality. You've got to pick the side you're going to be on and so on. And basically he's still reacting to being black in the context of a white world. That's not new. That's old. But to double down on it, he's also saying something that I find absolutely reprehensible. That because I'm a new black, I am better than the old black. And so there are two actions that are constant with this new black crap. First of all, the definition of self with respect to someone white. Okay. Second, putting someone else down who is also black because that new black person perceives them as not quite hip and with it and maybe more threatening to white people and everything that the new black isn't. In other words, here we go again, putting each other down. It's ridiculous. I've said it once, I'll say it before. It doesn't matter what you do personally. Most of my friends are white. The women I've dated have been white over the years, okay? That's not the point. That's my personal life. But business, you associate with people who are African American, you see a black business that's trying to develop, you help them promote what they're doing, put them out there, give them the right contacts so that as black people, we can live our individual lives as we see fit. I have said for most of my life that if you're truly self-actualized as a black person, it doesn't matter who you're around. You don't have to be around an entire room full of African American people to know that you're black and to talk about black problems. I got this from my teacher, Mr. Rizzo at Skyline High School. Rizzo would always say, I'm Italian. And Skyline's in Oakland, California. And at first I thought it was annoying, and then I got it. He was proud of his heritage. And being a room full of people, mostly not Italian, And it's like, I'm Italian. You talk about Italian culture as he lived it, nice convertibles like the Alfa that he had, and the style and everything. That is the kind of person that we as African Americans should strive to be. That it's okay to talk about being black with people who aren't black because you're proud of who you are, okay? And you're not apologizing for it. And you're not putting down someone else who's black either. But this new black crap, that's ridiculous, you know? And now you would say, okay, Zinni, you're putting down the new black people, and you're saying, no, I don't mean to put them down. I'm only reacting to my perception that they put others down, okay? That's not right. And Pharrell is completely wrong.